Previously on corrections. So we're not going to do previously on. We all caught up? In a closer look this week, I used 3 fingers, but I only said 2 things. So let's even it out. I'll say 2 things, but only use 1 finger. You were totally right, and I apologize. In a kind of story we need right now, we joked that the only thing LARPers and people who ride unicycles increased was virginity. Couple of problems. You can't increase virginity. No one is more virginal than anyone else. Another problem, it turns out, we have with this, a LARP, by the way, is live action role-playing, in case people don't know. Another problem was just with the idea that LARPers are virginal at all. We had a lot of people from the LARP community reach out. These are some full quotes from them. I think you misunderstand how slutty LARPers are. We have all dated and boned each other, I swear. Someone else wrote, I have friends who LARP who drew up an orgy chart. Org, then with a Y in a parentheses, an org chart. But I have friends who LARP who drew up an orgy chart for who was knocking boots with who. It read like iTunes terms and conditions. Someone else wrote, nearly every Ren Fair lies on the corner of Bone Lane and Pound Square. Someone else wrote, also a friend of mine who rides a unicycle has more sex than most people could handle. That, no way. We said a scientific magazine was called The Cell. It is in fact called A Cell. Here's a cover of Cell magazine, not to be confused with The Cell, which is of course a Jennifer Lopez movie, The Cell. If you were around in 2000, everybody would be talking about The Cell. Psychological thriller. Oh, Jennifer Lopez plays a child psychologist who uses an experimental virtual reality treatment to communicate with coma patients in an effort to wake them from their slumber. Seems normal enough until serial killer goes in a coma. FBI needs to try to communicate with him in a coma to find his latest kidnap victim, and they have to convince her, Jennifer Lopez's character, to, put on her virtual reality thing and communicate with the killer. The FBI agent was played by Vince Vaughn. Oh, the scene where he convinces her. Look, I know, it's crazy. What are we doing? I mean, this whole thing is nuts. I understand. If you don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. We mentioned Queen Latifah plays The Equalizer. Someone wrote in the show, The Equalizer was based on the Denzel Washington movie of the same name. Was it? I think Edward Woodward would like a Woodward. He's my, do you also think Nicolas Cage was the Wicker Man? And I know that's not his name. Keep your powder dry. I said Earth is farthest from the sun. Obviously, I should have said when the Earth is fewest from the sun. We had a joke that people are using AI to ask questions like, what would giraffes look like with boobs? Many of you pointed out giraffes are mammals, so they already have boobs. So what would a giraffe look like with boobs? Hubba, hubba. I did the voice of a World War I newsreel in a monologue joke, was told there would not be sound on a World War I newsreel. So we went back and we made an edit and reruns of that show. The joke's gonna look like this. Havoc in Bedlam? And you guys thought Joe Biden was old? You sound like a newsreel about World War I. That's better. Someone just wrote in, it's pronounced pilated. And I don't even know what word I said. That's what corrections has been now. I said a word and then someone corrected it. I don't even know how I pronounced it or what it was from, and I'm not going to go back and look. Every time we reference Pizza Rat, we get the same feedback. That based on the lifespan of an average rat, Pizza Rat would be long dead. But hear me out, and I'm going to get a little emotional. What if he's not an average rat? He's Pizza Rat. What if pizza extends the lifespan of a rat? Maybe Cell magazine wants to write an article about that instead of whatever the this is. I don't know what you guys do, Cell magazine, but whatever this is not going to fly off the shelves. What's the new Cell about? Wires? Don't give me a hard time, Cell. This is the most press you've ever gotten. Okay? Take the win, Cell. Notice you didn't spell it S-E-L-L. I'm running to Hudson News. What can I grab you? The new Cell? I'm sorry. I was dumb in school. Oh, someone asked if a journalist was really at corrections last week. They were. But this is a bummer. I thought came to write about corrections. But it turns out they're writing a book about how the entire late night staff is covering up for my cognitive decline. I said it seemed like Trump was talking about a friend of his who had taken the fat shot, is what he called it. And I said it seemed like Trump was playing charades because he wasn't saying who the friend was, but he was giving a lot of clues. Lottie pointed out that it wouldn't have been charades because he was giving clues by talking. It would have been more accurate to say he was playing a game of celebrities or a game of taboo. What? Is that not? Oh, okay, yeah. That is one of the words I wasn't supposed to say. Oh, there we go. Wikipedia. I mispronounced it. Wikipedia is a real thing. It's a Wikipedia type thing for Star Wars characters. Wish I came up with it. Great name. But we talked about it last week because I said Baze sounds like the name of someone in the Star Wars universe. Guys, brace yourselves. Baze is the name of someone in the Star Wars universe. Baze Malbus is a character in Rogue One. And the coincidence does not stop there, because here's a picture. Doppelganger. Same outfit, full Baze. Then I went back and I watched the movie, and the first scene where you meet Baze Malbus, there's some real Baze vibes. Let's take a look.
You almost shot me.
Sorry I was late. I was at the doctor.
Can I say something? Corrections is so good. Corrections is so good, and I know I shouldn't say it, but it's so good. I don't even remember how this started. That is a punchline that worked that well. All I know is I texted Baze today, will you say this? And send me a voice note, trust me. It's so good. This was good too. Somebody wrote, Baze puns are the best. And then someone, because they spelled it wrong, and then they wrote back, it's Baze. And the most fun thing about it, both totally wrong. All right, well, hiatus time again. Again, I want to stress, bumps us out too. I guess just see me in 3 weeks. Next time on Corrections. I don't think so.